character in what we call walk on spot mode. If I select any part of the character and go to the motion panel and click on the green cat paw button to bring up our cat window. The cat window is the tool for editing all of the CATMotion walk cycles. If I press play, we can expand out parts of this hierarchy and change the attributes of this walk cycle. The head has a graph called lift. I can adjust the lift graphs and completely change the shape of this walk cycle. I can expand out the pelvis branch and we have something called twist. If I adjust the twist walk graphs, we get a much bigger twist in the rear end of the duck. Expand up the foot platform's branch down on the legs, we've got a graph called lift. I can adjust the height of the foot lift. We can see now that the feet are lifting much higher off the ground. At any point in time, if you're happy with the walk cycle, you can go up to the top of the CATMotion presets and you can save out a preset to be loaded onto any other character. Here we have walk cycles that have been created for all sorts of different characters throughout the process of testing CAT. And here we have the character walk cycle duck walk. Once you're happy with the walk cycle, you can assign a character to any node in the scene. This is a way of controlling a character walking around the scene. You basically start by creating any geometry, node, light, camera, or point helper and animating it using any technique you like. Here we have 2 point helpers animated using different techniques. This has been animated using a keyframe position controller, and this has been animated using a path constraint attached to the line 01. I can select any part of my duck, open the cat window, and go to the globals page. The globals page is just a general management of the entire walk cycle. We've got the walk cycle range, a frequency and stride length, a few footstep editing tools, and of course a path node button. If I click on the path node button, it becomes a pick button, and I select any node in the scene that I'd like to use as a path node. My duck is now assigned to this path node. If I press play, my duck will walk along following the velocity and aligning itself to the orientation of the path node. I can go back to my globals panel and select the other path node. Now my duck's following the path node that was travelling along the Bezier spline. This path node is moving slightly further due to the fact that it's following an S-curve, so the character is taking faster steps. I can adjust the footprint positions to tune the walk cycle, and adjust where this character places his feet. As you move the footprints, the character's body adjusts itself to keep things as balanced as possible. What you can also do is animate the footprints positions, turning on the auto key button and keyframing the footprints to a new location. What this basically means is that the character's foot slips as it stands on the footprint, and then it walks away. I can go back to globals, reset my footprints, and assign my character to the other path node again. Because this path node is a keyframe based path node, it's easier to control the position of the path node at any point in time. Just turn on the auto key button and keyframe this point helper like you would any other point helper. I can make my character travel in a new trajectory just like that. Of course, the character is facing the positive Y direction of the path node. The character will always face the positive Y direction of the path node, and this means you can make a character turn on the spot or rotate as he walks by animating the rotation of the path node. Here we have a character now turns throughout those 4 steps. He'll turn from facing forwards to facing backwards. At this point in time I can rotate the path node again and force the character to take complete circles. This just illustrates how easy it is to work with CATMotion walk cycles and path nodes to create very complex walk cycles. One more thing is that we don't really do too much work to stop things like this happening, where the 2 feet cross over. However, it's very easy for the user just to zoom in, select the footprints, and adjust them to fix this problem. The next thing you can do is create a geometry plane for the ground. I'm going to assign a simple noise modifier and give it a bit of roughness. Once you have a character's trajectories and movements laid out, it's very easy to snap a character to follow the surface of any geometry. Select the character, go back to your globals page, click the snap to ground button. Now you select a ground plane to snap your footprints to. Now my duck walks over the surface of this ground plane, placing its footprints accurately on the surface of the ground. Of course, at any point in time, you can re-snap the footprints, resetting the footprints, changing the stride lengths,